What's up, Bitcoiners? Welcome to another episode of the 24 Hours of Bitcoin. Looks like prices are heading down. We've got the Ichimoku cloud crossing negative. The Bollinger Band mean reversion looks like it's failing. Our 123 is not holding, and the MACD is flaring wider negative. Be sure to watch to the end of the video because we're going to see what this means for altcoins as well. Let's jump in now because action's happening. Let's see how far down this might go. The first thing I'm always looking at is this trend line in the weekly RSI. I think we'll come down for the RSI and touch this level, consolidate, and then that's when we're going to be bouncing off to establish the next level. Now here on the daily time frame for the RSI, we had a very good uptrend. We had a beautiful 1-2-3 top formation, and it coincided perfectly with the RSI breaking after we had a very strong bearish divergence going on here for quite a while. It is notable that in our past stages, we stayed above this RSI level right here, and that we have broken below it right now is really important, especially when we get to the end of the video and we're looking at the Ichimoku cloud. There are two ways that we can approach this RSI level breaking these levels. First of all, we're going to be hunting for a 1-2-3 bottom formation and a reversal right along our long-term trend lines from the last 5 years. So we're going to watch for the prices to come and make a bottom. We're going to watch for the RSI to also make a bottom and start to build itself up from there. So far, it hasn't stopped. We've got lower lows in the RSI on the 12-hour. If we move into the 4-hour, we do have a little bit of a divergence here, but I don't think this is enough to hold things up. The 4-hour can go a little bit deeper here, but we are starting to get to the end of this extension. Let's go in just a bit more. We'll watch these short time frames to see if we get any more divergences here. Right as we're hitting a double bottom, this is where the potentials are for it, especially since we're making this sort of a curve to the end of it. If we do bounce out, it will have some validity, but if we're breaking below these levels, we're certainly watching again for the RSI to be giving us a new signal. So this potential 1-2-3 is still in play. Let's take a look at the volume going on here and move our way backwards from this 1-hour time frame. We have deep dumping, a little bit less deep right now, but as we're recording, we can see the prices are just about to break below these levels. And so I'm curious to see what goes on with the depth of this volume as this dumping continues. Let's zoom out a little bit and see where this volume matches up. It doesn't seem as deep right now. We could be running out of the depth of it right now. So the volume's hitting, things are testing, but we'll have to see how this plays out. Let's go on to the next indicators while this is happening. So here we are looking at the weekly MACD and still hear the Bitcoin dumping in the background here. Everything is turned negative, crossed over when we had the 1-2-3 top formation right here. 1, 2, 3, we had the crossover. All of the indicators were there. I was super bullish and expecting a bounce and very much higher prices. Let's zoom in on this to see what's going on. The 12-hour, we identified that this isn't going to be done until both of these cross, the daily and the 12-hour. We can see, I'll go back to the daily here, that the daily oscillates up and down, up and down, up and down as we're going through the uptrend, which is what it is doing now. We are oscillating, but we're not done yet. We're still on our way. So let's zoom in on these to see when they might be catching a bottom, and it isn't yet. The histograms are growing longer here, these red histograms, so we still have more dumping. The 4-hour time frame, we can see that the histograms are not as deep now, so we are getting more, not enough, no divergence here, a little divergence in the histogram. Let's zoom in and see if this actually does something, because now we are getting more of a divergence here in the 1-hour time frame. Should this cross, this is actually giving us the first little catch of momentum here on the way down. So let's see if this is a fake out now as it comes down. We're just not seeing the volume here, and the 1-hour MACD is the first little bit of divergence. Let's go on and see what else we can find. Now, the weekly view of the Ichimoku cloud is something I've been referring to in a number of videos, and even though I pointed this out in the days that we were coming up to the top of the green cloud in the current prices, I was pointing out this, I didn't take it as seriously as I should have as a top formation. I was still thinking too bullish. So what I want to do in this is to grab the bars pattern off to the side. I want to grab the peak of this. all the way down to, oh, let's see how far. I'll just grab it over a ways. Now, what I'm going to do is drag this back over to the future. Let me change the color of this. And now I'm going to log scale it. And that was right at the very peak of that cloud. And this is what prices did last time, which would bring us down to 2,300 and a long period of building back up before we go again. And, you know, a double bottom here wouldn't be unexpected. But for my own part, this I want to pay attention to it. I don't want to discount it because who knows what's coming. But I do want to mark out, what am I going to do? How am I going to play this? How am I going to be prepared for this, rather than being prepared for something that I favor more is something like this. If I change this to yellow, change this to blue, and drag this over and lay this out in our logarithmic charts, then it's a lot more inviting, of course, to imagine a future like this, where prices go to $300,000 rather than down to the $2,000, $3,000 level again. So these are the two real scenarios here, and I want to take a screenshot of this and share this over in our Discord chat. So if you are not in our Discord chat, be sure to come and join us. We're continually monitoring these markets as we go, not just doing these videos. So now let me zoom back in on this. With those long-term thoughts in view, let's zoom in now and see how things are going. So here's another 1, 2, 3 top formation. Prices came down. We see the crossover. And while that is a sell signal in the Ichimoku cloud, I am still watching for this to bounce its way up and to have this cross and go positive for the bull run. So our entry was here. My exit is like a stop loss just above my entry. So I'm still sitting on those coins, and we'll see how it turns out. On the 12-hour time frame, we did get advance warning on this as well, pointed it out, still felt too bullish. Prices have come way back here further than I thought they were. And we do have complete sell signal verification all the way along here. So this is not giving us any kind of bounce feel here. Same thing on this time frame. It is just down and pointing down. Yesterday, this seemed like it was going wider and we may go sideways, but the cloud is extending. It's giving us more depth. Let's zoom in on this. The 1 hour time frame, we had the sell signal in the downtrend right there as the blue crossed again below the red, and we were coming up, making this potential 1, 2, 3. I'm calling 1, 2, 3 as a potential, but what turned out actually is that this is a 1, 2, 3 top that should have been priority since the blue line was coming to cross over the red. This is the sell signal in the Ichimoku cloud downtrend. On any time frame, when we come into the cloud and this conversion happens, that is a sell signal. So this should have been regarded as a 1, 2, 3 top rather than a potential 1, 2, 3 bottom, because the Ichimoku cloud was guiding us this way. So let's continue just a little bit more into the 15-minute time frame. Still no turnaround here. The Ichimoku cloud is going to make us wait until we get right above this stuff now. And let's track this through the Bollinger Band. Starting off on the weekly, we touched off the top and just down in one big candle here. Everybody's blaming coronavirus. I don't know. But anyway, 1, 2, 3 top formation showed us in all of these indicators that this was a top formation. So on the way down, we're in between the second and third standard deviations. We'll just continue to watch it to see if it pulls out sideways. The 12-hour was looking like mean reversions, but now it's come down to new lower lows here, and so that kicks out that as a potential mean reversion. As I go into the 1 hour time frame, it's moving down these edges here. I don't see a mean reversion here in the Bollinger Bands. So if you see something in the Bollinger Bands or any of these indicators that I'm missing, I want to hear your comments down below. The more that all of us are educated about this, the more that I can learn. It helps out everybody who's watching. So if there's something I'm missing or something I'm not doing what you think should be done, I want to talk about it so that everybody who's watching gets the benefit of the best experience that I can provide. And now I want to finish with a look at Bitcoin dominance and the obvious that Bitcoin prices have been dropping. Bitcoin dominance has been rising. This is one of the rare times that we should have been fully into fiat currency or fully short in everything, including silver and gold and the stock market and cryptos and Bitcoin. Everything is all going down. Could be because of coronavirus and fear, but I don't get it. We'll see how all this plays out. The main thing for me is the 1, 2, 3 formations demonstrated it. They showed it to us. I didn't take full action on it. And still, when I look at this chart, I still see that altcoins are in a trend. Even though we've had this little pullback here, I still am betting on the overall long-term trend of this financial product. I've started to do a weekly series to go over Bitcoin dominance and look at it the same way that I do here with Bitcoin. Starting off with the weekly view of the relative strength index and going into the daily views, going through the price chart and looking at the exponential moving average, the 1, 2, 3 tops and bottoms on Bitcoin dominance, and taking a look at the MACD indicator so that we can see what this is telling us when it may be crossing and we should be set up for the alts again. Using the Bitcoin dominance in the Ichimoku cloud so that we can see when this is going to be bouncing off the cloud and giving us the sell signal in the downtrend, or crossing through the cloud and telling us to completely just get out of alts for now. We'll also look at Bitcoin dominance using the Bollinger Bands, and we'll be looking for these potential mean reversion trade spots here that may mean that altcoins are turning around the other way. But if you want to be completely prepared for what's coming in the altcoins, nothing beats the Bull Market Watch by Introtocryptos.ca. This will give you the inside information about what coins are moving from neutral position through our alert position and into our hold stance. When that happens, it's time to get back into altcoins. And the great thing about this system is that it got us out of all of these alts before the big pullback. And so many of our coins made some great profits. Some of them took some small losses, but overall, this system really kicked ass. If you want to learn more about it, head over to the website, Introtocryptos.ca. You can learn the entire system for free. You learn our core trading strategy. I explain the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and the 5 stages of a trade that everyone should be familiar with. And then if you want to continue to practice more, click on the Bull Market Watch up along the top. See exactly which coins should be in your portfolio and why. See how we make it visual so that you can see exactly when to get in and when to get out of these coins. We give you daily email summaries, so we take the work out of scanning all of these coins for you and send it to you every single day. We tell you when they are in alert status and when they are in hold status and when they go past our 4-hour and 12-hour EMA exit status points as well. Nothing else out there like it. Be sure to sign up because you can see how this worked out well for us, getting us in January for EOS and Ethereum Classic and ADA, and getting us out early February before the big drops came. Really nailed it perfectly just by being mechanical with it. Because Bitcoin dominance is only part of the story. It doesn't tell you which of the coins are doing the big moves. That's what we're doing with the Bull Market Watch spreadsheet. And we include the training so that these are not blind signals, but you understand the entire plan. There's nothing else out there like it, and I'm looking forward to having more people join us and get prepared, do the training before the next big move comes. Get this stuff prepared in advance, and then you are there to take advantage. As the ball goes past the home plate, you are going to be there, ready with your bat on your shoulder, ready to knock it out of the park. Hope to see you on the inside. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck in all of your crypto trading. Bye for now.